much. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and this is Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. Malcolm R and Malcolm S, welcome back. You were on the show last time. We gave everyone 2 chances to reach the Pointless final, and today is your last chance. Remind us how you know each other.
Well, we walk dogs, and we love dogs. We've both got different types of terrier, and we met through mutual friends, and we walk dogs from time to time.
But I hope every day.
Well, not together every day, but the dogs get walked several times a day.
Malcolm R, Malcolm S. What relation are you to Malcolm X?
He's my mother.
Best of luck in this afternoon's show. On to our next pair, Alex and Matthew, a new pair. Good afternoon to you. How do you two know each other?
Alex and I were mutual friends at university and met through who is now Alex.
You were mutual friends?
We are good friends from university, and we met through Sarah, who's now Alex's wife.
Ah, yeah. Many congratulations. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you this afternoon. And welcome, Vicky and Lisa. How do you two know each other?
We've known each other about 5 years, and Vicky's wife, Debbie, taught me how to ride a motorcycle.
Wow. Did it teach you well? Any accidents?
No, I had no accidents whatsoever. Far too good a driver.
So this is proper
obviously,
motorcycle.
well taught.
Yes, good. Well done. Well done. Well, best of luck to you this afternoon.
Thank you.
And welcome back, finally, Kate and Kelly. You were on the show last time. We gave everyone 2 chances, as I said. This is your final chance. Remind us how you two know each other.
Kate and I have known each other for 26 years. We've been friends ever since, and we've just done everything together, grown up together, gone to school. You name it, we've done it.
Fabulous. We'll be finding out more about you all throughout the show. Before we go any further, it'd be improper if I took another step without introducing my fine, pointless friend, Richard. So, Richard, what kind of a show are you sitting on?
I think it's going to be a very interesting one. I felt a bit sorry on the last show for Kate and Kelly, who walked on and were immediately asked to name people who'd won the FA Cup twice, and their faces fell. We've got one other returning pair, of course, which is the 2 Malcolms, who caused havoc on the last show.
Yeah.
I think, however, they're going to go all the way today. My tip is Malcolm and Malcolm.
Malcolm's R and S, you reckon?
Yep, I reckon.
You just every time you curse these people with your battle.
I haven't got one right yet, but I will do. By the end of the series, I will get one.
We've asked all our questions on Pointless to 100 people before the show. To stay in the game, our players need to score as few points as possible. And they do that by coming up with those obscure answers that as few of those 100 people gave as possible. The thing everyone's looking to do is find a pointless answer that none of our 100 people gave. Each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Saturn Fortuna won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off again at £1,000. Right, let's play Pointless. In the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, and you have to be careful because if anyone gives me an incorrect answer, then this will happen. And we don't want that because you will score the maximum of 100 points. OK, so our first category this afternoon is presidents. Presidents. Vicky sounds thrilled with presidents. Right, whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what our first question is going to be. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many first names of US presidents as they could. First names of US presidents. Richard.
We're looking for the full first name of any president of the United States since the creation of the office in 1789. Between them, they share 28 first names.
OK, right. Malcolm and Malcolm, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are the ones who are going first. So, Malcolm, you went out last time on EastEnders families. I'm sort of getting the impression this is probably more your territory.
We'll soon find out.
I'm anxious to find out. Have you got any good ideas?
Well, there's a whole string of names I can think of, and I've got one favourite of a few years back.
Come on, hit me with it.
Theodore.
Theodore. Splendid. Theodore. We are looking for first names of US presidents. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Theodore.
Go on, down, down.
Good Lord. That's scores you 7 points. Richard, Theodore.
Theodore, amazingly shared by only one US president, Theodore Roosevelt, in the early 20th century. Well done.
Very good. Alex.
Hello.
What president first name are you going to give me?
I'm struggling because I know most of them by their surname, so I'm going to have to go for quite an obvious one, which is John.
We're looking for those obscure names of presidents, first names of presidents, and you are giving me John. Maybe it would have slipped someone's mind. You never know. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I think you're going to have to. That scores you 54. Richard, John.
Yeah, John, there were more than Theodore, funnily enough. There were 4 Johns. John Adams, John Quincy Adams, John Tyler, and, of course, JFK. All Johns.
Lisa.
Hi.
Hi.
Got the short straw, didn't I, on this one?
Yes, you might have done. What are you going to
I'm
give?
going to go for Ronald.
Ronald. Who can you be thinking of? Ronald. OK, we want to score as few points as possible, of course. We're looking for first names of American presidents. You're giving me Ronald. Let's see how many people said that.
Well, I'll take that.
40. That scores you 40. Ronald, Richard.
Yep, of course, Ronald Reagan, who was president throughout the 80s. Well remembered.
OK, we are looking for first names of US presidents. Kate, I think you've got a good answer there, haven't you?
Strangely, I can only think of one person. It's quite an obvious first name, but I've got the president James Garfield in mind. So I don't know how many more there are. So I'm going to go with James.
You're going to go with James. OK, you want to score as few points as possible. Let's see how many of our 100 people said James. That scores you 34. Richard, James.
Yeah, James, actually the most common name for US presidents. There have been 6. James Madison, James Monroe, James Polk, James Garfield, as you said, and, of course, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. 6 of them.
Excellent. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Well, the Malcolms, R and S, are looking fantastic there with only 7. Things are getting a little bit tighter. Alex and Matthew there, 54. You're quite far ahead there, so you want to be trying to score as little as you can on the next pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? Kelly. Kelly. We're looking for first names of US presidents.
I know a few, but obviously most of them have already been said.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a chance with the answer that I'm going to give, and that's Chester.
Chester.
Yes, the Chester
Ooh.
Arthur.
Oh, I like that. I think Chester's going to go all the way. Alex and Matthew are the highest scorers on 54. You want to be scoring 19 or less to avoid overtaking them. Of course,
If
they've
it's
still got
correct.
one more answer to give, so don't worry too much. But if you score 19 or less with Chester, you are definitely through to the next round. There's the red line. Come in below that and you're safe. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Chester. It's good. Down it goes. Look at that. Well done, Kelly. That's a pointless answer. That adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250. Very good. Chester.
Yeah, great answer, pointless answer, and you're exactly right. It's Chester A. Arthur, the 21st President of the United States. The A stood for Alan.
There we are. Many congratulations, Kelly. Good answer. Vicky.
Hello.
Hello. Well, the highest scorers are still Matthew and Alex on 54.
Okay.
You need to be scoring 13 or less to avoid overtaking them. They've, of course, got to give another answer.
Okay.
So the round's not over. But to be absolutely safe, you want to be scoring 13 or less. Have you got any good ideas?
I'm going to go with David.
David. What's that face mean? David what? Does that mean, is there a particular president you have in mind, or you just think it's a good kind of name for an American
I
president?
think it's a solid name.
If you want to be in the White House, you should be called something like
Exactly.
David. Good. OK, well, remember, we are looking for first names of US presidents. You're giving me David. There's the red line there. Come below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see how many people said that. Oh! See, I agree. I think that would be a fantastic name for a president, but unfortunately, it appears it isn't the name of any US presidents, so I'm afraid you score the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry about that. David, Richard?
Yeah, no David, I'm afraid. You might be thinking of Camp David. That's all I can think of. There's no... Yeah. He's a place.
Yeah. But sadly, he never made president himself. OK, Matthew,
Okay.
what are you thinking?
Well, I remember from when I was at school and learning about the Depression, I think there was a president called Cal Coolidge, so I'm going to go for Cal.
Cal.
Yeah.
Very good. I like that. We're looking for the names, first names of US presidents. You were the high scorers on 54. Vicky's just thrown you a lifeline by saying David, which was incorrect. There's your red line. Below that red line, you're through to the next round. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cal. It's good. It's good enough. Well done, Matthew. That's a pointless answer. That adds another 250 quid to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to £1,500. Richard, Cal.
Yeah, Calvin Coolidge was the 30th president of America, very commonly known as Silent Cal, which to me sounds a bit too much like Simon Cowell. But Silent
comfort.
Cal, they called him. He never said anything. A dinner guest once bet him she could get 3 words out of him at dinner, to which he replied, "You lose." Cool, eh?
He's dry.
Yeah, that's dry.
And a little bit unsociable, I can't
Yeah, a little
thinking,
bit.
but there we are. Thank you very much. Well done, Matthew.
Thanks very
Fantastic.
much.
Good score. 2 pointlesses in this round. Maybe a third one coming up. Malcolm R.
But I'm going to take the other Roosevelt and Franklin.
You're going to go with Franklin.
Franklin.
OK. Well, whatever happens, you're safe. Even if you score the maximum of 100 points, you're definitely safe. Perhaps Franklin might be a pointless answer. You never know. Let's see how many people said that. Giving you a score of 24. So, Richard, Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. There were actually 2 Franklins. There was FDR, but there was also Franklin Pierce. So 2 Franklins. 2 Franklins, no Davids. It's not fair, is it?
Yes. So that's the end of round 1 with the losing pair with the highest score, Vicky and Lisa. Bad luck. So, Lisa, what did you think when Vicky gave that answer? Because you laughed.
Because I knew it was ridiculous. But she's wonderful, so it's OK.
Well,
we'll
she
try
is.
again another time.
She is. Well, you'll get another crack at it. But, Richard, what should they have said?
Well, there were 7 pointless answers, and we've already had a couple of them. I'll show you all of them. If you're sitting at home looking for names for a baby boy, there are a few crackers up here. Let's take a look at all the pointlesses. Calvin, we've already had, of course. Chester, we've already had. Grover, which is Grover Cleveland. Rutherford B. Hayes, that would have been pointless. Ulysses, lovely name for a boy, Ulysses. As Ulysses S. Grant. Warren G. Harding. Zachary Taylor. Well done if you got any of those at home, and well done for getting 2 of them in the studio.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, Vicky and Lisa, you didn't have the pointless US presidential knowledge, I'm afraid, needed to make it through to the next round. But remember, everybody gets 2 chances to reach our pointless final, so we'll see you again next time for your final chance. But meanwhile, thanks so much for playing Pointless. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's time for round 2. Now, obviously, only 2 pairs make it through to the head-to-head. So one of the teams is not going to be very happy. Just make sure it's not you. The category for round 2 this afternoon is cartoons. Oh, Malcolm R. You're looking distraught again. I think Matthew's looking very happy with that. OK, can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first? And could whoever's going first please step up to the podium? Right, let's find out what the question is going to be. So we gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Looney Tunes characters as they could. Richard.
Yeah, the correct answers here are all characters who've appeared in the Warner Brothers cartoon series Looney Tunes.
Malcolm, you're still wearing that face.
It's fixed.
Has the wind changed or what?
Just wind.
Oh, it's just wind. All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, so it has. Okay, in round 2, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers in each pass. I can tell you that at least one of these answers is pointless, but do be careful because there's also at least one incorrect answer there in among the 7. So pick one of those and you will score the maximum of 100 points. The first set of 7 answers are Marvin the Martian, Yosemite Sam, Theophilus P. Wildebeest, Roadrunner, Daffy Duck, Cecil Turtle, and Tweety Pie. I'm trying to work out if that phrase is any better, Malcolm. I think you must have some idea in there. There must be some characters leaping out at you.
I could have a wild guess. I think I will go for... Can you move to the side a bit? I can't see the bottom one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do you want to bring it over? I can.
Yeah, sure. Yosemite Sam.
Okay. So we are looking for Looney Tunes characters. You're going for Yosemite Sam. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Yosemite Sam. That's correct.
Ooh.
Look at that.
That again.
Very good. That scores you 9. An impressive low score. Richard?
Yep, Yosemite Sam, the fiery redhead, was first seen in 1945, and the animator Fritz Frieling apparently based him on himself. He was a tiny little 2D man.
With red hair.
With red hair.
OK, we are looking for Looney Tunes characters. And remember, there is at least one pointless answer in there still, and there is also at least one incorrect answer. Alex?
There's some obvious ones, but I think that the ones that I know are right and the least obvious, I'm going to go for Tweety Pie.
OK, Tweety Pie you're going to go for. Let's see what that scored you. 27. That's all right. Not bad. That scores you 27. Richard, Tweety Pie.
Yeah, Tweety Pie, who tore a puddy cat. That was very much his catchphrase.
Quite often, I think he did tour Puddy Cat, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did.
He really did.
He was not crying. He was not crying wolf. He was not crying puddy cat. That bird.
Yeah.
He often had puddy cat
I think
trouble.
after a few times, he could have just dropped the tort. He could just say, "I tore Puddy Cat."
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
Or just Puddy Cat.
Or somebody do something about that puddy cat who appears to be following me around.
OK, Kate.
Hi, Alex. I've got to be honest, when the category first came up, Yosemite Sam jumped into my head, so Malcolm's stolen that one. One of the ones I've heard of, I hope it comes into the Looney Tunes category. I'm going to take a bit of a risk on Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian. You have heard of Marvin the Martian?
Yeah. I don't know whether it comes into Looney Tunes as such, but let's go with it.
No, that's a good risk to take. Marvin the Martian, well done. Let's see what that scored you. It's correct. Ooh, I think this is going a long way down. Well done. Well done, Kate. That scores you just 1 point. So nearly a pointless answer. Marvin the Martian, Richard?
Yeah, Marvin the Martian first appeared in 1948, but they didn't give him a name until 1979. He was uncredited Martian up till then. He's got a kilt,
And then after all that time, they call him Marvin.
Yeah. It was popular at the time.
I'll take your word for it. What other answers?
Well, let's take a look through the rest of them, because we still haven't had a pointless or the wrong answer. Let's clear up a couple of the more obvious ones. Roadrunner, of course, would have scored you 36. Daffy Duck, obviously, is a real one. The wrong answer there was a Lenny Henry character, Theophilus P. Wildebeest, which means that Cecil Turtle, star of 1941's Tortoise Beats Hare, would have scored you 0 points and would have added £250 to the jackpot. Thanks
very much, Richard. OK, well, halfway through the round, so let's have a look at the scores. Kate and Kelly, that's fantastic. Only 1 there. Looking very strong for going through to the next round. Alex and Matthew, 27, not a bad score, but you are our high scorers by quite a margin, so you're going to have to try and score as low as you can in the next pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for Looney Tunes characters, and here are your next 7 possible answers. Tex Avery, Petunia Pig, Foghorn Leghorn, Elmer Fudd, Speedy Gonzales, Doink the Clown, and Pepe Le Pew. So, again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and there's also at least one incorrect answer amongst them, so do try and avoid those. Kelly. Katie scored 1 in the last pass, just 1. Almost a pointless answer. See if you can equal or better her expertise. Anything jumping out at you there?
There are a few jumping out, but I think I am going to ruin the one. I'm going to try and stay quite safe. I'm going to go for Elmer Fudd.
You're going to go for Elmer Fudd?
Yes.
OK, we're looking for Looney Tunes characters. You're going to go for Elmer Fudd. You're currently on 1. High scorers are 27. You want to be scoring 25 or less to be sure of going through to the next round. There's your red line. Below that and you're through. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Elmer Fudd. Not bad. 26, which takes your total up to 27. Richard, Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd is always trying and failing to kill Bugs Bunny. An ineffective hunter.
OK, now remember, there is at least one pointless answer in there, but there is also at least one incorrect answer. We now have drawn high scores, 27 and 27. OK, Matthew.
Yes.
What are you going to give me?
OK, I think I've got to go fairly risky. But I don't want to throw it all away. So I'm going to go for one that I'm fairly certain is a Looney Tunes character, and that's Pepe Le Pew.
You are currently joint high scorers on 27. So no red line for you. But you want to score as low as you possibly can, and you're hoping Pepe Le Pew will do it for you. Let's see how many people said that. Looks good. Is it a pointless? Oh, nearly.
Well done. Well done.
Not bad at all. That scores you 3, taking your score up to 30. Pepe Le Pew, Richard.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew, of course, good answer. He, of course, is the love-struck skunk. French, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course.
They're all the same.
Okay. Yep. Right, Malcolm S.
Yep.
You've now had 2 answers taken out of the equation for you. There are 5 possibles remaining, of which at least 1 is pointless and at least 1 is incorrect. What are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to take a chance with Speedy Gonzales.
OK, you want to be scoring 20 or less to be sure of staying in the game. 20 or less. There's your red line. Below that red line, and you are definitely in the next round. You are going to go for Speedy Gonzales. We're looking for Looney Tunes characters. Let's see how many have said Speedy Gonzales. That's correct. Oh, look at that! Oh! Fantastic. That scores you only 2, taking your score up to 11. Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzales, the fastest mouse in Mexico. Though I don't know who ratified that, but that's what he's claiming. He's the reason, of course, that every British person knows the words Arriba and Ondale.
That's right.
They don't know what it means.
Unless you're a carpet layer, in which case Ondale is quite...
Yeah. Let's take a look through the other answers. There's a couple of... Well, there's one obvious one left, which is Foghorn Leghorn. Now, Alex and Matthew really needed to get a pointless in this round, and there's only one they could have got. Well done if at home you said Petunia Pig. Petunia Pig has been Porky Pig's girlfriend since 1937. There's a guy who was terrified of commitment. And the other 2, they are both incorrect answers. Tex Avery is the producer and animator of lots of the Looney Tunes cartoons, and Doink the Clown is a WWF wrestler. So if you were saying that at home, it can look pretty sheepish.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid, is Alex and Matthew. Bad luck, guys. Not a bad score, 30.
No,
Pretty
okay.
low, but it was a very low-scoring round, that.
Up against some good competition.
Well, you were. You just didn't have the pointless Looney Tunes knowledge
No.
to get yourselves through to the next round. But everyone gets 2 chances, obviously, to have a crack at our pointless final. So we'll see you again next time for your final chance. But meanwhile, thanks so much for playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
But for the remaining two pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well done, you've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £1,500. I know. Right, you're going head-to-head on up to 5 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now obviously allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question, and the first pair to win 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many teams who have knocked out England as they could. Teams who've knocked out England.
Yeah, we're looking for any team who have beaten England in the knockout stages of the Football World Cup since England first entered in 1950. We've been knocked out by only 5 different teams, actually, in the knockout stages of World Cup since 1950.
OK. Thank you, Richard. Malcolm and Malcolm, because you've played the best throughout the show so far, you get to go first.
He's very clever. Yes. We've got an answer. Yes.
We've got an answer.
You tell it, because you're clever.
Argentina.
Argentina. Kate and Kelly. Oh, no, you're looking pained.
Well, you've seen our strength in
Well,
football in
yeah,
the previous show.
It's rugby
so,
for you, isn't it, all the way?
Yeah, wasn't it football? Anything coming to
God.
mind?
The only one that I can think of is Portugal.
Portugal. OK, so we have Malcolm R and Malcolm S saying Argentina, and we have Kate and Kelly saying Portugal. Let's go in the order they were answered. The Malcolms in gold with Argentina. Let's see how many of our people said Argentina. That gets a Subo rating of from Malcolm R. Kate and Kelly have said Portugal. Let's see. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. Let's see if it's a correct answer, and if it is, how many of our 100 people said it?
I hope it's correct.
Portugal. It's correct.
Oh, it's right, at least.
Down it goes. It's better than Argentina. Look at that, 22. So after our first question, it is 1-0 to Kate and Kelly. Richard?
Yeah, an absolute masterstroke from Kelly there. Portugal knocked us out in 2006. It's when Rooney got sent off and Ronaldo did that little wink to camera.
Oh, yeah.
That endeared him to us all so much. Argentina knocked us out twice, as did some of these other teams. Well done at home if you got all 5 teams who knocked out England. They are Uruguay, who knocked us out in 1954. Would have got you 1 point. That's the best answer you could have given. Portugal's the second best answer. Then Argentina, Brazil and Germany, who've all knocked us out twice. I wonder who's going to knock us out this year.
So that's 1-0 to Kate and Kelly. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many characters from Birds of a Feather as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for the names of any of the regular characters in the sitcom Birds of a Feather. By regular, we mean anyone who appeared in 10 or more episodes. There are 6 answers here.
This time it is Kate and Kelly's turn to answer first. Kate looking very happy with that category. Or do you just look happy all the time?
I'm always happy.
Always happy. Good. Birds of a Feather characters, that's what we're after.
Okay.
OK, we have an answer.
You have an answer?
Yes.
What is that answer?
We're going to go with Dorian Green.
OK, Dorian Green from Kate and Kelly. Malcolm's.
Well, we've both drawn a blank on this one, but somewhere at the back they had a son, or one of them had a son. I can't remember. I think his name was Darren, but I think we're literally groping in the dark.
I've never seen it.
OK. You're going for... It's Darren.
Yeah.
OK, let's go in the order you've answered. Kate and Kelly in blue. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dorian Green. Well, it's right. 42. And Malcolm's R and S have said Darren. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Darren, and if it is a correct answer. That is an incorrect answer. So after the second question, it is 2-0 to Kate and Kelly. Richard.
No, Darren, I'm afraid. Tracy, who's one of the main characters, had a son. Well, I don't know if you got his name at home. He was Garth, or Garthy. Let's take a look at all of the answers. There we go. Garth, right at the bottom there. Chris Theodopolopoulos with 7. Daryl, who is Tracy's husband, there with 8. Tracy, then Sharon, and Dorian beating both of them. So Dorian's actually the worst right answer you could have given, but beats every single wrong answer, I'm afraid, guys.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. So after that question, it is 2-0 to Kate and Kelly. You only have to get one more point, and you are through to the final. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Trivial Pursuit categories as they could. Richard, Trivial Pursuit categories.
Yeah, we're looking for the full name of any of the 6 original Trivial Pursuit categories in the original Genus edition. Part names or just colour names are not acceptable. The full names of any of the 6 original categories.
OK, it's the Malcolms, R and S, to go first.
I think I'll get my coat now, if that's all right with you. I don't know, but you can have a crack.
You've got to get this right to stay in the game.
Science.
Science. Kate and Kelly.
Never played the game, unfortunately.
It's quite funny, we were talking about coming on the show the other day, and Kelly had seen one of the shows where they asked about Cluedo game, and she said, I'd be great with that. I hope they don't ask anything about Trivial Pursuit, because I've never played it. And here we are. We didn't look it up. Bouncing off you guys if you've gone with science.
That's usually in there.
Yeah. We'll go with history, but we're as...
Science and history. OK, well, they're both subjects. I'll give you that. OK, let's go in the order they were answered. Malcolm R and Malcolm S have said science. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said science, and if indeed it is a correct answer. Steady now. Come now. All right, Malcolm. All right. All right now. You have lost your point, but it's not all over yet. It's perfectly possible that Kate and Kelly might have got theirs wrong too.
Because it's right.
OK, if you get it right, on the other hand, you are straight through to the final and have a chance of winning our jackpot. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said history. And if indeed, if history is a correct answer. It is correct. There we are. So I'm afraid that takes the score up to a very, very comprehensive 3-0. A thrashing for the Malcolms, R and S, I'm afraid.
We're used to it.
Yeah, I love it when they thrash me.
Enough. Richard.
Yeah, well, if it was a guess, it was a very good guess. History is, in fact, one of the categories. Science, I'm afraid, comes under science and nature. It's green, science and nature. Let's take a look at all 6. I'm sure there's plenty of people who got all of these at home. Right at the bottom, with just 7 points, sport and leisure. Then arts and literature. There we see science and nature. Entertainment was 23. Geography, 26. Once again, you've got the worst possible right answer, but it's beaten a wrong answer, and you're all the way through.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, is Malcolm and Malcolm. Bad luck, bad luck. You've been ill-served by the questions, but you've taken some sporting guesses there. Darren, I particularly enjoyed. Stab in the dark. Well, hey, it might have worked. You never know. Of all the subjects you've seen over the last 2 shows, what hasn't come up that you'd have loved to have seen?
Famous pubs in Radlett.
We had that just the show before you came on.
Yeah, I missed it, did I?
We had a pubs in Radlett special. It was all just every question was about it. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you just came so close, making it all the way to the head-to-head, but you just didn't have that pointless football, birds of a feather, and Trivial Pursuit knowledge you needed, I'm afraid, which means we have to say goodbye. But thanks so much for playing on Pointless. Thank you.
Well done, guys.
But for Kate and Kelly, it's now time for our Pointless final. Well, congratulations, Kate and Kelly. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our pointless trophy. Now you've got a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at an impressive £1,500. OK, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer that no one could think of. Now, we've had 2 pointless answers on the show today, and you gave one of those, Kelly. So let's hope you can find another one now. First, though, you've got to choose a category from these 3 options. Here are your choices. You can go for the round table, the Oscars, or US sports.
Great, thank you.
Way. Fill your boots. Whoa. What's it going to be? Round table, Oscars, or US sports?
Not the round table.
No. I don't fancy US sports.
No. The Oscars?
Do you ever watch the Oscars?
No. Yeah.
We can go
Excellent.
for that.
Thank you for playing.
Hey,
Brilliant.
Should we go for the Oscars?
Do you want to? Yeah.
By a process of elimination,
Yeah, it's a
we've arrived
At the
at
Oscars.
the red carpet of the Oscars. OK, well, let's put you out of your misery and find out what the question is going to be. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Oscar winners over 50 as they could. That's not too bad, is it, Richard? Oscar winners over 50.
We're looking for anyone who's specifically picked up a Best Actor or a Best Actress Oscar at time of recording, having already celebrated their 50th birthday. We're not looking for Best Supporting Actor or Actress, just Best Actor or Best Actress, the big ones. Oscars awarded posthumously do count, as long as you died over 50. There are 24 people who've achieved that.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £1,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Okay. Do you actually know any at all?
The first person that came to mind was Judi Dench. I don't know whether she's won an Oscar, but she's
I'm just
older.
thinking of people over 50. So,
Okay.
so we'll go for her.
Judi Dench.
Sean Connery. He's
Sean
bound to have
Connery
won
would have
one.
won some. Yeah. We should have watched.
What about Meryl Streep? Did she
Meryl
win one for
Streep,
The Lady
she's-
Wears Prada? What, that Prada?
She might have done.
You've got loads, haven't you? Bruce Willis. But is he
Yeah.
over 50? Yeah.
Yeah, he would be, but has he won an Oscar? Jack Nicholson.
Yes. But would he have been?
Over 50, I don't know. Right.
OK, your minute is up. So if you just give me 3 answers. We are looking
Go
for
for yours.
Oscar winners over 50, winners of Best Actor or Best Actress.
The man.
Okay, we're going to go with Judi Dench.
Judi Dench,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Meryl Streep. We'll go
Meryl
for her.
Streep.
Yeah.
We're for 3 ladies?
Yeah.
Meryl Streep.
and Meryl Streep.
Jack Nicholson is not a female.
Oh, yeah. Forget.
Just in case we've forgotten. OK, which of those do you think is your strongest answer? Which is the one you have most confidence in?
None. We just know that they're all over 50.
We don't even know if they've won.
So we can just put them in any order we
Yeah.
like. Free
Yeah,
swim.
go for it.
Fabulous. OK, then we'll do that. We were looking for Oscar winners over 50, and you have given us Judi Dench, Jack Nicholson, and Meryl Streep. OK, let's go with the answers in that order. This is your first of 3 chances to win the jackpot. Has to be a pointless answer. You've said Judi Dench. Let's see if that's a correct answer and how many of our 100 people said Judi Dench. This has to be pointless to win that £1,500. Oh, afraid that's an incorrect answer. Not a pointless answer, I'm afraid. So you only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. How are we feeling about the other 2?
Just as good.
Excellent. Well, let's see how Jack Nicholson does for you. This has to be a pointless answer for you to win the jackpot. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jack Nicholson. Well, it's correct. £1,500. Ooh, look at that. It's good. Not a bad answer at all. Only 7, but I'm afraid that's 7 too many. It's not a pointless answer, which it has to be for you to win that jackpot. You have one more crack at this. Your final answer, Meryl Streep. This is your last shot at the jackpot. Meryl Streep. You're quite confident in Meryl Streep, surely. What would you do with £1,500?
We're going to visit my brother soon in Vietnam, so that would be very
pay for that.
helpful.
Very good indeed. That would see you out there comfortably. OK, Meryl Streep is your last crack at that jackpot. This has to be a pointless answer for you to win it. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Meryl Streep. Oh, no! Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so you don't win today's jackpot of £1,500, which rolls over to the next show. But you've been amazing contestants, and you do get to take home our pointless trophy. Yay! They were 3 really tough categories there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were for us.
Yeah. Round table?
Ooh.
But Jack Nicholson only scored 7. And that
Yeah,
wasn't
that was
bad,
quite
actually.
good.
Down he went.
Yeah.
So, Richard, what answers should they have given?
Well, Judi Dench was unlucky because she won a Best Supporting Actress for Shakespeare in Love in 1999. Meryl Streep, she's the most nominated actor in Oscars history. She'll have 15 nominations, but she hasn't won one since 1983.
Oh, come on, Meryl.
What's Meryl got to do?
Put your finger out,
Haven't you
Streep.
seen Mamma Mia? Jack Nicholson, did say that was the right answer. There are lots of people who've won them at over 50. Anthony Hopkins, Paul Newman, Katharine Hepburn, John Wayne. These all scored points, though, unfortunately.
How many pointless ones were there?
There were 13 pointless answers. A couple of whom you may have heard of. Daniel Day-Lewis, can you believe that? He was 50 when he won his Oscar for There Will Be Blood. He was 50. Gary Cooper won for High Noon. Robert Duvall won post 50 as well. There's a bunch of other names. Well done if you've got any of those. Really well done if you've got any of these. Rex Harrison won for My Fair Lady. Lionel Barrymore won way back when. Peter Finch won posthumously for Network. Art Carney, Shirley Booth, Ronald Coleman. Really, really well done if you've got any of those. Marie Dressler, Paul Lucas, George Arliss.
Yeah.
And Geraldine Page. They all won Best Actor or Best Actress post 50.
Wow.
But no Bruce Willis.
No Bruce Willis. Or Sean Connery.
Yeah, no Sean Connery either.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Kate and Kelly. I mean, you've been great contestants. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. So nobody has won our jackpot today, so it rolls over again, which means on the next show we'll be playing for the princely sum of £2,500. Join us next time to see if someone can win it on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.